Oh, hi. It's Tom. I'm going to start doing a thing on every Tuesday. It's going to be called Tom's Page Turning Tuesdays. And I'm going to make this a regular thing. So please check it out every week. What I want to do is just read a little bit, 5 minutes or so from the book. But in addition to reading, I want to give you the back stories, the front stories, the side stories, the upside down stories that go along with it, so that you'll get a little more in-depth understanding of the characters, the plot, without giving the book away. The idea is to help you get to know the characters a little better, the process I went into when writing the book, and whatever else comes up. It should be kind of fun, hopefully. If it's not, you can just tune out, because I'm really not going to track who's watching and who's not. But I want you to watch, and I want you to tell other people about it if you like it, so hopefully you'll like it. You never know. It just might be the latest thought. For example, you could be driving your car in the country, get pulled over by a policeman, and he could say, where are you going? And you could say, I'm going to a rural brewery. And he could say, step out of the car, I believe you're drunk. And you're not drunk, you just are going to a place that sounds like you're drunk. And he might even end up getting a ticket. Then you'll have to deal with the judicial system, because that sounds like another drunk word too. So there, wasn't that fun? Well, you never know what's gonna happen on Tom's Page Turning Tuesdays. So without further ado, let's make this the first one. Oh, it's not always gonna look this good. I'm actually at a professional setup with lights and everything. That's today. Other days, I'll just have this shot wherever I'm at. Might be out and about, could be in my car, but today I happen to be working, and so I thought I'd jump in before we start the real project. So this is the first read from my book, Don't Call Me Jupiter. This is part 1 in a 3-part series. It's called Tightrope. That's a nod to a song, by the way, because music really has the ability to bring us back. That's a Leon Russell song that just went so well with stuff that was unfolding in the first chapter. Okay, I gotta wear these because I'm old. This book is dedicated to my mother for pushing me out again and again and again. First chapter, October 16th, 1996. I am nothing, a nobody, worthless. This is not the path I chose or the life I imagined. I always believe our lives were defined by the decisions we made. Not anymore. I'm just a fool no longer capable of fooling himself. My bland expression stares back at me from the blank computer screen. My office is fisheye warped in the background. Another minute passes. Time to go. Blink the eyes, roll the head, clear the throat, pat the cheeks, push back the chair, stand up, stretch. It's time for my second appointment with a psychologist. I don't peek into the other offices I pass in the hallway. I do glance at the dartboard, pinball machines, and the long table lined with antique radios, film projectors, and television sets. I'll be back in an hour, I say to Sunita, nearing her desk in the reception area. She knows where I'm going and looks up. Have fun. Fun? I stop at the front door. I'm not going to Vegas, I know, but what are you supposed to say in this situation? I shrug my tired shoulders. Who knows? Hopefully it'll go better this time. What do you mean? There wasn't much talking at our first session. I sat there like a petrified pile of poo trying not to cry. I think my chin was quivering the whole time. I'm sure it wasn't that bad. You'll open up when you're ready. Believe me, when I found out there were funds from victims of violent crimes to see a psychologist, I was like, sign me up. I need all the help I can get. And it's not like I haven't talked about it with other people. I've had to tell practically everyone what's going on. Maybe that's the problem. I'm sick of talking about it. But that's how it works, right? Apparently it's the only way to process, deal, and heal. Sunita smiles. Things will get better. It just takes time. I shrug my shoulders again and head out the door. The shiny, wet autumn leaves, wind-blown against the fence, look like lost starfish. Okay, I gotta pause right there. So my best friend, Brad, read the book, and when he got to that line, he kind of freaked out because he goes, that doesn't sound like you, Brossie. And I'm all, well, I was trying to be a little bit poetic. I had joined a writer's group. I was trying to flex my writing muscles a little bit and be flourishy and descriptive. But he recognized that immediately as me pushing the envelope a little bit. So I thought that was funny. The shiny, wet autumn leaves, windblown against the fence, look like lost starfish. When there's a break in traffic, I cross the street and zigzag my way block by block to one of those midtown Sacramento houses that have been converted into office space. Over the door, there's a motion-activated spotlight that's apparently always on. In the corner of the porch ceiling is a wad of tangled spider webs thick enough to snag a small bird. Normally, I leap upstairs 2 or 3 at a time. Not today. There's a stupid chain of bells tied to the inside door handle, and therefore no way to enter the room without being annoyingly noticeable. The waiting area, once a living room, now serves several offices portioned off in various parts of the house. A woman with excellent posture sits tall in a chair next to her expensive purse that's practically posing on the coffee table. While she's pushing back her cuticles, she looks up and smiles. She's attractive, probably 10 years older than me, in her mid-40s. I take a seat across from her. She appears perfectly normal, but then so do I. We wear our happy faces, even though we're both wondering what issues the other person might be struggling with. I could introduce myself. Hi, I'm Tom. My favorite group is the Llamas and the Papas, and I prefer condiments to be carbonated. And you are? But I don't. Instead, I offer a fleeting smile, pick up a magazine I have absolutely no interest in, and read it as if my life depends on it. A door opens in another part of the house, followed by 2 sets of feet and muffled conversation. Dr. Durst gently pats the shoulder of her patient and says goodbye. The stupid bells on the door sound off again. Hey Tom, good to see you. Give me a quick minute to reset my office. My throat is painfully dry. I swallow incorrectly, and it happens. That worst of timing when a little spit goes down the wrong tube, leaving you temporarily speechless. I scratch out the word, sure, about 3 octaves too high, sounding like a mortally wounded munchkin, and turn beet red in the face. The old Tom Bross would have just laughed at himself. Instead, I look down and away, meek and withdrawn. I'm not myself. I can barely function in society. I feel broken inside. She beckons me into her dimly lit office. There's a stained glass Art Deco lamp glowing on the table next to the sofa. Dr. Durst, or Dr. Robin, or just Robin, as I've been invited to call her, sits down, adjusts her blouse, and crosses her hands. Her pad of paper and pen are within reach. I do not want to sit on the sofa. Last time I sat there with a hunched back, propping up my head while my elbows dug into my thighs. I choose the beige chair instead, which proves to have the right amount of cushion and well-placed armrests. My eyes are drawn to the diffused reflection of the window nestled within the oval mirror. I see the trunk and lower branches of a sycamore tree and wisps of feathery clouds fading into a swash of blue sky. You can use the footstool, she says. I slide it into place and prop up my feet. Tick, tock, tick, tock. We got through the paperwork and covered the formalities last week. I'm sorry I didn't talk much last time. No need to be sorry, not at all. You've been going through a lot. Every person is entitled to his or her own timeline when it comes to dealing with a sudden crisis. I'm here to listen and provide support. I've helped lots of people navigate similar challenges, and I want to help you too. And even though these sessions are our time, think of them as your time. Use it as you wish. Ideally, we can talk, but you're also welcome to close your eyes and sleep. You can bring a book and read. You can even pretend to be the therapist and ask me questions. There are no rules or right or wrong ways to go about therapy. You're as free as a bird. Thank you, I said, a sense of humor. I like that. Family is a great place to start, she says thoughtfully. Family, ha! She has no idea. You're part of a big family. Any interesting stories or memories? Too many. We exchange faint smiles. I take a deep breath and gaze at the reflection in the mirror. Tick, tock. Where would I even start? I imagine my life reduced to Jeopardy categories. Household hallucinogens? Astrology and auras? Abuse and addiction? Let's start with drug bust for 100, please. Tick. My mind begins to drift back to a significant event that happened in the fall of 1974. I sink deeper into the chair and close my eyes. Suddenly, a memory pokes a hole through the dust of time. It's a memory not of sight, but of sound, that's faint like downstairs voices etched faintly into the wall of sleep. It imparts a vague feeling that quickly grows stronger until I can remember exactly how it feels to be in a moment that happened so long ago. Talk. So that's gonna do it for this time. Remember Tom's Page Turning Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, a new video. You never know what you'll get. I'll see y'all next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.